Hi, thank you for having me. My name is Mark Ho from USC company. So our client Shoozee, I enjoyed the past email and then discussion with you. And then according to my understanding, your goal is to expand customer base, increase customer engagements, building trust through privacy and security, and also reduce legal and reputational risk, and also improve marketing effectiveness. And I understand, besides in the US market, you are expanding to other countries as well. So, my philosophy and also how I do things is I will try my best. But having discussion and then consent is important. And I have to let you know, privacy is not a project, it's a commitment to our customer every day. So allow me to present an overview of Shoozee's privacy program, how we collect, process, protect, and dispose personal data in compliance with key regulations, including in the GDPR from the US, from the EU, and also the California Consumer Privacy Act (CCPA) in the US. So I will try my best to match your goal and also the compliance to maximum the profit and reduce the possible risk. And so the following presentation will be focused on ensuring Shoozee meet the legal and ethical obligations, and also how the laws would how the laws and policies to meet the niche. So please see my PowerPoints. I will have about 10 of them. And the first one we're gonna talk about is the data mapping. Data mapping gives us a detailed picture of what personal data we hold and where it resides, and how it flows through our system and who will access it. So I do see Shoozee have a brilliant project initiative. For example, your refer to a friend initiative. So we trace personal details such as name, emails, and phone numbers. From the moment we are collecting those data until we security delete it, that's called data mapping. So listen, the GDPR and CCPA, that's the very essential part is for fulfilling data subject requests and providing compliance to regulators. So I believe we could do better. Transparent and honest is the best policy. So that's how the data mapping is important. We know what's going on, and then we let our customer know what's going on. And second of all, since we have data coming in, so we're gonna talk about our second slide, second key point is the data classification and handling, retention and disposal. So we're gonna classify data according to how sensitive it is, whether it's public, internal, confidential, or sensitive personal data. Each category has a clear handling rules because data is data, but how it weight. So we have different way to treat them. For example, when we are flying, we are holding a luggage to get on airplane, different luggage or different box will definitely get different treatments. So data retention policy ensure we give information only as long as legally or operationally necessary, and then we treat them differently. And under the GDPR's storage limitation principle and CCPA's data minimization guidance, we securely delete or anonymize data when it's no longer needed. So in the takeaway part is treat each data differently, and then make sure when you delete it, do the claim. And also when you are holding it, retaining schedule must be documented and the disposal method must be secured. All right. And number three on the agenda is data subject rights. Under GDPR, individuals have rights such as access, re, the right to be forgotten, restriction, and data portability. And under the other law, CCPA, California residents have the right to know what personal information is collected, request deletion, and opt out for the sale or sharing their data. So the also one thing is very important. There is something deadline. So when we are maintaining clear procedure to respond within the deadline, 30 days for the GDPR and 45 days for CCPA. But FYI, for the GDPR, it's extendable for certain cases. All right? So our agenda number 4 is the project review and privacy security by design. Before launching any project, we must have privacy impact assessment to identify risk and embedded safeguard from the start. A GDPR requirement known as privacy by design and by default. So, Shoozee, you are referred to a FRAME initiative. Such a program, it is definitely included for validating that referrals are sent only with proper consent and ensure secure data storage. So in our agenda number 5, information security. We combine technical measures such as encryption, multi-factor authentications, and network monitoring. So with organizational measures like staff training and rule-based access controls is important. And by law, GDPR Article 32 and CCPA both emphasize the need for reasonable security measurements to prevent unauthorized access or disclosure. In our agenda number 6, incident response. Well, hopefully it doesn't happen, but if a data breach occurs, we must act quickly, contain the incident, investigate, notify affected individuals and regulator when it's required, and implement corrective actions. So I have to let you know, under the GDPR, require breaches notification within 72 hours to the supervisory authorities. And in the CCPA, required notification to California residents without unreasonable delay. In our agenda number 7, vendor management and disclosure. Vendor who process data on our behalf must meet some privacy and security standards. We perform due diligence, include strong data protection clause in contract and monitoring performance. So there's laws to back us up when we are going to do the contract. In GDPR, data process management are mandatory. And in the CCPA, vendors must qualify as service provider under the law to avoid being considered selling data. So when we have law and to back up our contract, and also we can have penalties to monitor our vendors. So that's a triangle relations. And number 8 in our agenda is notice and consent. This is super important. Privacy notice must be clear, transparent, and tailored to the audience. So in our privacy link, I think we should work on our privacy statements to let our customer to know more, and then that will help us to build our brand value. And in the GDPR, consent must be specific, informed, and freely given. And in the CCPA, we must display do not sell or share my personal information link if it is possible. And for me, I would strongly recommend Shoozee to do so. Our notice explain what data we collect, why and how it's used, and the individual's right. And number 9 in our agenda, continuously program improvement. Um, we regularly review policies, conduct audits, run employee trainings, and adopt new technologies to strengthen our privacy postures. Privacy is a continual process. It's not just a one-time project. So in summary, it's not hard for a company like Shoozee because you have experiences, and then I do see you have your customers. They are super loyal to you, and then Shoozee, you sell those shoes to female, and then they have positive feedback in your company, and because more and more user and individuals they're they are aware of their privacy and also their identities. So according to what we carried and what we talk about, so as long as we can make those clear, and I think your company will be a very, very successful one. So back to your goal, let me review it again. Privacy is not just a project, it's a commitment to our customer every day. And then by going through those important takeaways, I believe we can still expand our customer base, increase our customer engagements, building trust through privacy and security, reduce legal and reputational risk, and meanwhile improve marketing effectiveness. So thank you again, my friends, and thank you again, my professor. If there's any questions, feel free to contact me at any time. And this is my presentation for Shoozee's privacy program. Thank you very much.